okay. Can I ask a question first?
Mm-hmm.
I've started the podcast just with the question.
Yeah.
But I'm confused. So creepypasta, why is it called pasta?
Because copy pasta.
Because it gets
I don't know what
It's
copy
just
pasta.
copy and
I
strung
don't know what
pasted.
along
copy
through the
pasta is.
internet. It's just one story that goes a long way through.
Oh.
Copied through,
Yeah.
gets copied through forums so it's long like a spaghetti noodle, like a pasta.
It's well, no, it's just copy paste, and it's called that because of 4chan.
Yeah,
Sure.
Mine was way more family friendly.
I liked
4chan.
That's what it is.
Is 4chan is saying the word 4chan not family friendly? Also, when has this podcast ever been family friendly?
It hasn't. You're fucking right.
Yeah, come on. Welcome to ScootCast, everybody. Episode 18. 18?
19.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Is it 19? No, it's 18. He's right. You're wrong, Flurple.
Then I have an extra episode that we never released, but we've recorded.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Because I have every single episode backed up.
Find out. He's absolutely right.
I'm gonna die just fucking randomly.
No, 18 episodes. We've recorded 18. This is episode 19. I'm just an idiot and I don't know the numbers.
Yeah. I'm like, otherwise you're telling me I have an extra mystery episode that I must have recorded by myself.
That was that one me and you recorded, you know?
No.
I was trying not to let Aaron in on it.
Oh, nice.
But
I'm getting edged out of ScootCast. I love it. This is ScootCast, your weekly podcast about nothing. I'm your host, Aaron Moeller, alongside the dreamboat of Scoot Gang, Flurple.
Hello.
The co-hostest with the mostest, Evan Jordan.
Mechanics.
And you may notice that we're doing something a little different. This podcast is happening in Animal Crossing. If you're listening on audio services, then this you can go check out on our YouTube. This is also happening on YouTube in Animal Crossing. And I don't know. I want to keep doing this because I think it's funny.
It is funny. Yeah.
It's very funny. And yeah, so we're gonna work out the kinks. I'd like to formally announce that we hate Gary Whitta because he stole this idea from me today. God damn it!
Wait, what?
I don't think he stole it from you. I think he
not.
just beat us to the punch.
He beat us to this punch. I was so proud of myself because I hadn't seen anybody do this yet, like doing a podcast or a talk show in Animal Crossing, and I was like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And then today, Gary Whitta announces that he's got a talk show in Animal Crossing, and he had Naomi Kyle on, and it was awesome, and it was so much better produced than anything we're gonna make. But I was like devastated because I was like, we were gonna be on the forefront of something so cool.
Yeah.
And then
Well, to be fair though, you did have this idea like 3 weeks ago.
I did. I was like, what if we did? This was even before quarantine. I was like, what if we just had a podcast in Animal Crossing? Because we don't.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all live in different places, so we can't do the whole like sit around a table and do like a podcast.
Right.
Thing. But I hadn't.
Yeah.
We hadn't
so
actually.
Either way, in my mind, you had the idea first.
Sure.
So it's your thing.
But we didn't have the product, and somebody beat us to product
before he did.
Is basically what happened.
Yeah.
And I was.
Yeah.
Bummed, but also very amazed at how well produced his was. It's awesome.
I think it's cool that Gary Whitta is using your idea, you know?
Yeah. No, me and Gary Whitta had a talk, and now we
Did you? Because just a minute ago you said we hated Gary Whitta. You by the way, spoke out of turn for both of us.
I don't want to rain on any parades here, but I'm gonna imagine Gary Whitta has had this idea for also 3 weeks to a month.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't think he just woke up today and was like, "Hey, fucking talk show in Animal Crossing."
Flipple, when have we ever been right about anything?
I'm usually right about a lot of things.
That's true.
I've never been wrong.
That's not true.
Is wrong. So it's kind of a,
I mean, I could be wrong. It's happened once before,
Once?
Yeah. Once.
Well, see, here's the thing. if you said the sentence, "I've never been wrong," and that was wrong, but it's only happened
that was
one
the only
before.
Time I've been wrong.
But something had to have happened for you to have been wrong in that statement. So you've at least twice you've been wrong.
Yeah,
He's got you there, bud.
The first time, though, you know,
I don't.
People disappeared, you know.
What? What is this bit that you're doing?
About the first
I don't. What is this?
I don't know. I was just trying to get real fucking weird with it.
When are you not though?
Did I succeed?
I don't. Sure. Yeah. I'll give it to you.
Okay. Yeah.
So what's happening, guys? I feel like we haven't talked in a while, even though we talk all the time.
Well, it's because you know you're going to sleep at like 6 p.m. now most days. I'm waking up at 3 a.m. So you sort of miss us.
I do. So quarantine affects us a lot of ways, each individually. And for a while, I went immediately when quarantine started. I reverted back to my nocturnal hours. You know, like I was going to bed at 8 a.m. and I was
fucking living life at night.
10 p.m.
Every morning I'd get up at 5 a.m. for work, and you and Flurps would just be in Discord chilling.
Yeah. And so slowly...
Well, yeah, because I was unemployed for a bit there. So I was like, fuck it. Like, why go to sleep at a normal hour?
So then, so slowly that was making its way through the day, right? I would be going to bed later and later. So it started off, I was going to bed at 6 a.m. Then it starts 7, 8, 9. As I progressed, I've eventually just gotten to the point where I go to bed at 8 p.m. and I wake up at 4 a.m. And I'm a reasonable adult now, you know? But because
are you going to continue it? Are you going to cycle it all the way back around?
See, here's the thing, is last night I went... So I was going to bed at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Last night I went to bed at midnight. So we're already starting. It's already happening. Mm-hmm. It's already coming back around.
Good.
I woke up today at 11 a.m. It's already...
Flurple, do not take Aaron back from me. I just got him, you know?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to take him back. How else are we going to edge you out of Scoot Gang?
Fuck.
Uh-huh. I just it's... I love that you're doing the emotes when I have in Animal... All right. I didn't want to point out this because I didn't want to alienate our audio listeners, but Evan's been doing just the emotes. When I had us record a bunch of emotes for me to cut back to, because
I'm just giving you cues so that you know when to do it.
I'm not gonna follow your cues.
You know,
I want you to know that right off the bat.
Because he's trying to make himself the producer so he can't edge him out. You know, he's trying
absolutely.
to make himself important.
I need to make myself important so that you guys don't leave me in the dust. All right? Listen, I know what I have to do here to maintain some level of importance.
Yeah, he's like, listen, if I ain't going to edit this to the extent that Nate does, the New Entertainment System podcast, I'm going to edit the shit out of Animal Crossing footage.
Yeah.
Can I see? So we recorded a Final Fantasy VII spoiler cast last night as of recording this episode. And one, it was great. It was a lot of fun. But two, Nate included us in a he was like, oh, you know, the group of all of us, you know, Uppercut, New Entertainment System, Scoot Gang, that nerdy site, and he included us. And honestly, that's the best compliment I've gotten about Scoot Gang in a long time, or not in a long time. It was just that I was like, we're a part of this.
Apparently, we're a serious business now.
Yeah,
we got included.
We got included in this, and I was like, oh, wow, I'm very excited about that.
He was just being polite because we had him on our podcast.
I know.
He was just being polite.
I'm well aware, but I'm gonna take that to the bank. I'm gonna take what I can get.
Take that politeness, you know?
He said,
I want a quote on our tile on our Paul the podcast services now, that instead of our logo, I just want Nate saying that.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure, buddy. Absolutely. But yeah.
Yeah, so what have you guys been doing?
That was where you're supposed to say, no, your design's really good, Evan. I wanted to stay there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I assume if you were making that design that included that quote, it would have been good as well.
That's true.
I just have faith in you as a designer, Evan.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. What were you saying, Flipper?
I don't even do it professionally anymore, but I'm glad you have that much faith in me, you know?
Listen, I go to you.
No, I was just gonna say, I saw that Evan, you got a Valorant key.
I fucking did, dude. I'm so excited to check that game out. It's downloaded and ready to go. I'm gonna hit the play button as soon as we're done.
I'm really upset that you got a Valorant key.
Why?
Because I got one yesterday, and I was gonna be like, "Hey, Evan, look what I got, a Valorant key," and then I forgot
I've been trying
to.
For weeks.
Yeah.
Flipper and I had a thing going where we were gonna try and get a Valorant key before you, not play it with you, but just get one before you.
Just to get it. Yeah, because neither one of you even give a shit about the game. You just wanted to get it before.
The bit was gonna be is we were gonna tell you to get you pissed off, and then I was just gonna give you like access to my Riot account because I've never played a Riot game ever, so I don't care.
That was the deal. That was the like.
But I was gonna get you mad and then just give you access to it. We were actually helping you out.
Thank you.
But we wanted to. I want to clarify. We wanted to make you pissed first.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because what kind of friends would you be if you didn't?
Yeah.
You know.
I just like.
Yeah. I'd be disappointed if you didn't make me pissed first, you know? Because I would. I fucking would.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So I would expect you to return that bit of chaos back to me, you know?
Yeah.
A weird way of saying that.
The sentiment.
I'm fucking weird, dude.
You are a very strange person. And I'll give it to you. Yeah. Very strange. Flirple.
Yeah, we don't have to get into it though.
We
don't need to get into more of your idiosyncrasies as a person. This podcast.
That's like almost the entire point of this podcast now, and we got to steer away from that. All right. We'll focus.
Okay. Well, we talked about creepypasta for a second. Look,
yeah,
let me steer it into that direction. Do you weren't familiar with this?
I've never. I mean, I may have. I think I vaguely recognize the term. But I don't know what it is.
But it's not to see, and I fell down a fucking creepypasta.
Well, did you hurt yourself? You fell down?
Yeah, I lost a lot of sleep. I probably mentally damaged myself for the rest of my life with some of the fucked up shit I read on the internet.
You know what? You know what is the scariest creepypasta, Evan? SpaghettiOs. Because it sounds like a ghost. Ooh.
Oh, fucking Christ, man.
Uh-huh.
You know, you want to come on a goddamn podcast with your friends and just discuss some stuff. You know, just have a fucking discussion.
Yeah.
And you fucking can't, you know?
Sure
you can.
Yeah.
We can. You're also going to make some jokes, bud.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm not really mad, you know? God damn. You should never take my fake frustration to the point where it just gets pointed out.
No, we were just continuing your bit by allowing that frustration to continue.
Oh, so I ruined the bit just now?
Absolutely. 100%.
Unfortunate. But anyway.
It's a bummer. It's a big old bummer.
It's not the first time, and God knows it's not the last. But let's talk about what your real favorite creepypasta is, because that's where I was headed with this. I know, Aaron, you say you probably like.
Yeah, my favorite creepypasta is fettuccine Alfredo.
I swear to fucking God, dude.
But
it's one I read.
Creepy, you know, it's creepy pasta.
Yeah, just tell us about your favorite one, because I don't know any of them by name.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know the name of this one per se, or of any of the ones that I may bring up, but there were different forms of creepypasta. There was short form creepypasta, which was stuff like the girl who was home alone one night. She locked all the windows and doors because she kept hearing weird shit outside. She had her dog home with her, and that was it. She went to go lay down in the bed or whatever. The dog always laid
I
under the
hate
bed.
that one. I'm not. No, just don't even finish this one. Just don't even finish this one. I actually don't like this one. This one's super fucking weird to me.
It's fucked up, but that's why I wanted to tell it.
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute. Here, you tell the story, and then I'll come back. Okay.
How are you gonna know?
How are you gonna know? He left the room on fucking Animal Crossing 2. Oh my god.
I'm gonna be really honest. I was like, in my head as we're going, I was like, I could probably stop recording soon because I'm probably gonna loop this anyway, because it's just us sitting here. I'm glad I didn't. Glad I didn't stop recording that because that's fucking funny as fuck. Yeah, please tell me, Evan.
So let me finish telling it. Flurple, you need to leave the room again. You need to leave the room. I'll come out and get you when we're done.
All right, sounds good, bud.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the creepypasta goes, the girl's home by herself, whatever, she locks all the doors, windows, because she hears something outside. The dog always lays under her bed.
Oh, I've heard this.
Yeah.
That's a creepypasta?
And so every time she gets scared, she sticks her hand down. And so the dog licks her hand. Well, then she fucking wakes up in the middle of the night to go pee. She goes in the bathroom, and on the mirror, written in blood, is humans can lick too. And that's fucking... God damn it.
That's not how I heard that. I heard the third grade version of that, where it's the same story, but eventually, she's like, whatever, licking the hand, and then the dog starts scratching at the door, and she's like, what the fuck? And that's where the story ends. But it's just it's way less overt. It's like,
she sticks her hand down, the dog licks a couple times, and then I told the condensed version, right? It obviously drags it out where she sticks her hand down and he licks because she hears weird shit, and then she gets up, goes to the bathroom, and in the dog's blood is humans can lick too. So it implies obviously some weird fucking dude is under her bed licking her hand.
I don't like this topic.
Terrifying.
I don't like this topic.
That's terrifying.
That's
what I'm saying.
This
shit was. I'm going to get Flurple. Let me go get Flurple. But yeah, so there was short form stuff like that, and then there was long form stuff, where it was this one was this guy he went. Where the fuck did Flurple go?
He just came back inside. In your living room. He just came back inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just come back in.
That was weird timing. I'm coming back
in. Snuck by you,
bud.
Pulled a little sneaky on you.
But then there was a long form one I read that's probably my favorite of all time, which is less shock value and more just really creepy and so this guy was a caver, and him and his friend found this weird cave, and they found symbols on the wall, and they kept going deeper and deeper and finding more and more passages to it, and there's all this weird shit. Eventually they got to human skulls and stuff, and some weird noises and stuff were coming from the back of the cave that sounded like creatures and shit. And it was in the form of a journal, the hiker or the caver was writing the journal, so you'd get entries before and after each expedition into the cave.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep clicking next. It was like an old Angel Fire, so it was one journal entry per page, and you'd click next to get the next one. Well, then eventually you got to one where all this crazy shit started happening. It's long-winded. I won't get into it, but the friend saw something fucked up and refused to ever go back. So the main guy went back to the cave, was going to go back one time by himself to try to finish this whole thing and figure out what was in there and be done once and for all. You go to click next at the bottom of the page, it just keeps reloading that page because there is no next. And so it was I read for hours reading through all these journals. And then you get there and there is no next. It implies the dude fucking died in the cave. And I remember reading that, how real it felt, being written in journal form.
Mm-hmm.
And getting to that last page and being it fucked me up for a minute.
Yeah, I don't like this topic anymore. I don't like it. I don't want it. I'm good. I don't need this. This is scary. This is spooky. I'm okay. I don't need this. Dude, I get scared. I get scared by fucking horror movie commercials.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nah, 30 seconds was too much. So, I'm okay.
Right. There's this guy, and I'm not going to tell any of the stories, Aaron, but Evan might like looking up this guy's stuff. He's it's Japanese horror manga written by this guy named I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm gonna butcher this, but it's Junji Ito.
Oh, let me put that in my phone. Hang on.
And his shit is fucking... I've like read some of those and been like, no, I'm good. I'm just like, I'm not going to sleep tonight. It's fine. You know, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But...
That was funny as fuck.
You should check those out.
Okay, I put it in my notes.
You're an idiot.
Please, audio listeners, I know that you may like prefer this as an audio podcast. Please go watch this on YouTube because there's a lot of visual gags happening here that need to happen.
It may sound like we're laughing at nothing, but
yeah,
you would get it.
I promise. There are a lot of visual
Yeah.
gags, which isn't great for an audio only podcast, but
Yeah, we'll have to at least get better about the gags.
Yeah.
Or just watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, you could do that.
But yeah, we'll
And maybe if you guys show us with your views that you like the YouTube thing, maybe we'll put more production into making it a little better.
Yeah, maybe. Also, if you've got
maybe
I'll put my Switch code in the description, and maybe if you've got fun items to put in the set, I'll throw them up on the wall or something.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe we eventually get to the point where we rotate the poster out on the wall like KFAF does, but only it's in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know,
who knows? Who knows how much production work I
knows?
want to put into this?
Yeah.
I certainly don't currently know, but I'm sure I'm gonna hate it in like some hours from now.
Yeah,
this sounds like one of those
take.
ideas you had, and you're like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." And then once you start working on it, you're like, "Yeah, you know what?
This is bullshit.
Not that good of an idea.
Not that good.
Not that good of an idea.
Not worth the effort this is being put in." But
oh, I expect I want little pop-ups that come up under our faces with under our people with our Twitter handles and stuff.
Wow, you want me to go real hard with this, huh?
Yeah, go fucking hard in the paint, dude. If we're doing this, you know.
Okay, sure, I can do that. Flurple, I have sort of an RPG and chill topic, just a statement for you, but I'm bringing it to the podcast so that we both can laugh at how mad you're gonna be at me. I may have also just bought in Final Fantasy X and X-2 today.
Why though?
Jesus, you're going so hard.
Just play one of the fucking games. Were they on sale?
They are on sale. Yeah, that's why I picked them up.
Okay, then fine.
That is
because now you're just like
I was just
you're buying them and you're stacking up the games and you're being a responsible little saver boy. You're getting them on sale.
That is exactly
I'm here for that.
That's exactly why I did that. But I did to slowly drip feed you that I'm just picking up all of the Final Fantasy games without finishing any of them.
Yeah, it's dumb. And speaking of that, weren't they going to for the anniversary of Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah.
And I know they almost maybe when's the actual 20th anniversary or the next big anniversary?
I don't know.
Did that happen?
I will look it up. I think it was in 2018, but let me check.
Okay, so at one point there was rumors, and I don't know if it happened and I just missed it because I stopped paying attention for a period of time, but they were going to release this collection, I believe for the PlayStation 4, that was going to have all the games in it. All the mainline games in it. And I don't know if they ever actually did that or...
So Final Fantasy VII...
If I just missed it, you know?
Final Fantasy... Are you asking for Final Fantasy VII's 20th anniversary?
Yeah, I think they were going to do it for... I don't know if it was the 20th anniversary. It was just some
Well, Final Fantasy VII came out...
0 or 5 year anniversary.
January 31st, 1997. So, that would have been 3 years ago. No.
Okay, maybe here you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah, I have no idea when the fuck that stuff came out.
Yeah, I don't either, but I'm very excited to.
I've not played any of those games.
I think you should. I think you.
I've never played a 3D Final Fantasy outside of 15, 7R, and maybe like a PS2 one, and Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, but Final Fantasy 14 doesn't really count because it's an MMO.
That's an MMO. Yeah.
Well, it's just not in the list that we're talking about. I mean, I have
exactly.
played it, and like I am currently playing it, but it's when I originally came up with the. For those that don't know and only hear me talk about this on RPG and Chill, I am going through and I plan on beating all of the Final Fantasy games, starting with 3.
I know you're doing that,
and ending with 7 remake. And originally 14 wasn't on my list because that's a super super long MMORPG.
right?
Eventually, I am playing it currently because I'm a sucker.
Yeah, you've played it a lot more than me.
Yeah, I've probably put like 65, 70 hours into it currently. I'm about to beat the first. So like when they re-released it, it was called A Realm Reborn. I'm about to beat that main story. Like
okay.
That. Okay. So that's like 70 hours.
No, I know what you're talking about.
And so then once I get done with all those main scenario quests, I can move on to Heaven's Word, which was the first expansion.
I did play a lot of 2D Final Fantasy games back in the day as a kid on like the NES, Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm starting with 3.
But that's a different beast entirely.
Because 3 is the first one you can get just like easily.
What was that on? Do you know?
3 was
that was a Super Nintendo, I think.
But
I played the first one and the second one. First one on NES, second one on Super Nintendo.
You can only get the DS remakes of 3 and 4 on Steam. Like those, you can't get the original pixel art ones.
Oh, okay. And you're doing them all through Steam,
yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I have those games. I have the carts though.
Doing them how like easily accessible it is for me. Right, like
right, yes, Steam or modern consoles.
Yeah, that's my rules. Are like I'm either playing it on PC or a modern console. So I have 3 and 4 on PC currently. I bought them. I need to buy 5 and 6, which are both the original.
That's funny. You can't get 1 and 2 on PC then, unless you do like an emulator.
Yeah, unless I do an emulator, which I don't want to do.
You don't want to do, right?
No.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I have those. I have 7, 8, 10, 10-2, and 7 remake on PS4, and I have 9 on Switch. Because I bought 9 a long time ago when that originally came out on Switch. So the only ones I still need currently are 12, which has a re-release on PlayStation, so I'll get that eventually. And then 13, the 13 trilogy, which is 13, 13-2, and 13 Lightning Returns. Those you can only get on PC right now. Or I can only get on PC because I don't have like a PlayStation 3 or anything like that.
When did Final Fantasy 14 come out?
14?
I'm gonna look that up.
14 originally came out in like 2015, or 2013 or 14, and then it re-released in 2015 or 16.
September 30th, 2010.
Wow, I'm way off. I thought it was way newer.
No.
Okay.
I
found it.
No, that's
I found
wrong.
it, guys.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's 2013. You're right.
2013 for the original or A Realm Reborn?
For the original.
Okay, so then A Realm Reborn must have come out in 2014 or 15.
Yeah, for the PS3 and computer in 2013.
Yeah, so then when did
the Mac and PS4 versions came later.
What'd you find, Flurple?
So the 25th anniversary Ultimate Box Collection. It was for the 25th anniversary of the first game.
Okay.
And it's actually sort of weird. Like it only came out in Japan, and it contained Final Fantasy 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The UMD of 3. I don't know what UMD stands for.
UMD.
The PS2 versions of 10, 11, and 12, and the PS3 version of 13. So it re-released like PlayStation, PS2, and PlayStation 3
UMD
versions of the game.
PSP. That was what PSP games were called. They were the Universal Mini Disc or something like that. That it was PSP was using.
Yeah, that's super weird that they released old versions of this stuff. You know, like because you'd have to like have a PlayStation to be able to play the games.
Yeah,
you know. Well, I guess PS3 had backwards compatibility, right?
No.
For PS1 and PS2?
No, it did not.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It did not. They claimed it at the very beginning, but no. There was something weird with the PlayStation 3 architecture, which is why it couldn't
Oh, the cell processor?
Yeah. So that's why it couldn't backwards.
I'm back, guys. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom.
Well, this says...
Did you just go to the bathroom in the middle of the fucking podcast? Come on. We're recording something here. You can't hold it for an hour?
I just had to run across your living room.
Listen.
Go to your bathroom.
Unprofessional.
This says that PlayStation 3 systems can play most PS1 games, and certain systems can play some PS2
those were
based
launch
games.
PlayStation.
So it's the early,
it's
the launch
PlayStation 3, but those were only into like it was really hard to get a hold of those.
Sure. Well, it literally says all PlayStation 3 systems can play most PS1 games.
Yeah,
it was
I'm
just
talking
an
about
issue
PlayStation.
with
Yeah,
there's a list of
PlayStation
PS1
2
games that work. Also, Aaron, Final Fantasy 14 originally released in 2010. Realm Reborn was 2013.
Yes. Okay, so it was I was a little bit off for that. Realm Reborn's been out.
I looked
for
it up
long,
on
for a lot longer
phone,
than I thought it has been.
I just think it's weird that they would release like classic disc versions of the games, you know?
I mean,
I guess if it's meant to be a collector's set, you know, it's like, oh, well, if you can't play it, you just want to collect it, you know?
That also feels like a very like if you're the kind of person to buy that, there's a good chance you already own the original hardware anyway.
Fair.
Like more than like porting it to like PlayStation 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd love to get my hands on that though. That'd be cool. I have been looking at a bunch of.
It was only released in Japan. Only released in Japan, bud.
It still doesn't. I could probably get my hands on it for a fuck ton of money.
Nah, I don't think you understand. It was only released in Japan, which means it's not allowed to leave the national borders of the country of Japan.
You're so right.
If you try to take it over the border, it just dematerializes. It turns to dust.
No, he's probably gonna spark a war, a trade war. You know, if he does that, you can't do things like that.
That's true. You could fuck up the whole butterfly effect. You know. Butterfly effect.
I've been looking at like PS1s and PlayStation 2s because I have a hankering for like playing some older games that I used to play as a kid. And damn, them shit's expensive. I'm not a fan.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, PS2s you can get for like $50.
I was seeing them for like 80, which was more than I wanted to spend.
Oh, they've went up. They may have went up recently. I mean, I kind of haven't messed with collecting retro or older stuff, but like it seems like it's picked up lately. Like a lot of more people have been doing it, so that's going to cause prices to go up.
I only want to I want to start collecting, but only for like. I just don't want to be collecting for the sake of collecting. I want to like get all the games that I used to
That's what I just have collections of games I used to play or games that I like, just games that I think are good. And like I kind of have pretty much everything I want at this point, you know? So I've just kind of stopped buying as much stuff.
Yeah, I don't have
the stuff that I do want is really expensive, and I'm just not going to pay $400 for a fucking NES game. Like I'm not
sure,
you know.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's most of the stuff that I want isn't super sought after unless it's Nintendo. The Nintendo shit's always fucking super expensive. But like I've definitely walked into my local game shop and seen Kingdom Hearts for the PlayStation 2 for like $15. I just haven't. I just don't have a PlayStation 2, so I haven't picked it up. And I also own it on PlayStation 4.
Most PS2 games shouldn't be that much because like they made so many of them.
But like I want Kingdom Hearts.
Most of those had so many copies.
I want like
because there were so many PS2s.
Sly Cooper. I'd love those back, like just in my collection. Dude. There was what else? God of War. There was this army game that you played as like the Green Army figures, but it was like was a
Army Men, Sarge's Heroes.
Yes, that is exact. I want that. I played that a fuck ton. But then also a bunch of like games I know I would have loved as a kid, but because I wasn't super into like didn't have a ton of access to like the internet or like any of these things, like
right.
The old Persona games, like Persona 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I would have I dig Persona now. I would have dug those as a kid, so I want to go back and play those.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to get. I got to get Persona 4 for because I've been playing PS2 games on my PC via emulation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have the discs for everything. I haven't downloaded any yet, but if I can't find a copy of Persona 4 for relatively,
I was seeing those for like
price, I may just download one.
I was seeing those for like $10-15.
But if I can buy the disc, for like $10, maybe I'll just order it and then I can just rip an ISO for myself, so I don't have to put the disc in every time. And maybe try to play through it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Persona 4, so I don't know. I really want to. But then I also want a Vita for no real good reason.
Dude, I fucking want a Vita so bad. I miss the Vita.
I want a Vita
and I want
so that I
experience
can
it.
lay in bed, and because I'm blind, and if I lay back in my bed, I can't see my television because my glasses expired.
You can remote play, but you can remote play to your phone now.
Yeah, but it sucks. Like,
does it? Is it better on the Vita though?
Using the fucking like touch controls or whatever.
No, you can fucking hook your DualShock to your phone.
Okay, but then I need to buy like a clip.
Oh, I just like have a phone stand I sit my phone on and then.
But then I can't lay in bed.
Play it. Well, yeah, I do, and I just have it on my nightstand, laying on the phone stand, and I'm laying sideways.
No, I want to lay.
Hear me out, Aaron.
What?
Oh, okay.
Get one of those like VR things that you can put your phone in.
I can put my phone. Oh, fuck yeah.
There you go. Where you can lay flat on your back and just play.
And just have the game like an inch from your face.
Sure.
That probably won't fuck up your eyes even more. That would actually probably damage your eyes even more.
There was also I liked the idea of getting a Vita for it. You can play PlayStation 1 games on it, which I would be like down for PlayStation 1 games portably, as well as
the disc fits in there. That's crazy.
Fucking nuts, dude.
God damn it.
And then also like Persona 4 Golden. I'd try like a couple other like.
I want to play Uncharted Golden Abyss. Dude.
Yeah, Uncharted Golden Abyss. I want
to play the Resistance game and the Killzone game that were on there.
Some gems on the Vita that I think might make it worth it if I can find a good deal for it. Because I'm seeing them for like 100, which I'm not gonna jump on. But like, when we inevitably get let out of our houses and I can go back to my local game shop, if I see one for like. I'd say maximum $70, then I might pick it up.
Yeah, that's the thing with Vita. She was like, your options for getting the games are either A, get a physical copy, or B, download it from the store for likely near full price, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what sucks, is that there's no like, it's not like the PS2 or 3 where you could just go buy a bunch of used games real cheap for it. That's the one thing that sucks, is like, the games I want. Stuff like Uncharted, stuff like Persona 4 for the Vita, stuff like Resistance, Killzone. That stuff's gonna be like fucking expensive.
Well, Persona 4 for the Vita, the physical is like I'm seeing like $40. You get it for $20 on the store.
Oh well, if you can get it for that cheap, that stuff digitally, I just figured all those games would be still expensive on the store, but.
If I get it.
But like there's a lot of games. Unit 13 I think is the name of that game that was Zipper Interactive's last game before they shuttered their studio. But I'd like to play that. I heard good things about it. Sure. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to play on the Vita. I just never, when it came out I was in high school and I cared more about like partying and hanging out with my girlfriend at the time than I did about trying to save my money and get a Vita.
Yeah,
I
was
that's not true gamer shit, bro.
When I had the option of going Vita or 3DS. Those were the two options. And I'm a big Pokemon fan.
You went 3DS.
So I went 3DS.
I get that.
That one. Which did feel a little bit like betraying PlayStation. Yeah. Because I had a PSP and like PlayStation 2.
Dude, I'm a PSP fanboy to this day. I think the PSP is like my favorite handheld system ever.
I had, when I was a kid, my parents, I had asked for a DS for Christmas because that's what everybody had, and I was just excited. And I had no idea there was a PlayStation Portable. All I knew was the DS because that's all what the kids had in school. But so we were moving, and we were moving away, and so during the trip, because we had to drive for like I think like 16 hours to get to where we were going. It was Christmas, and my parents handed me a PSP, and I was like, one, had no idea this existed. This is dope. Two, it was the Battlefront Star Wars edition, so it was all white with a black Darth Vader, like just a silhouette on the back. It was fucking cool. I had that thing for years until I in the case of it, I threw in my like earbuds, and I closed it, and it cracked the screen, and I was like, fuck. And at that moment, I was still like probably 13. I didn't know how to fix, like, I couldn't just like order stuff to like fix it myself, and it would have been too much. Like, I couldn't afford to get it fixed either. So, it has disappeared into the ether.
Yeah, I mean, my introduction to handhelds was with the Game Boy, but
yeah, I had a Game Boy. I had a Game Boy Color.
I was gonna say, were you too young for that?
I had a Game Boy Color.
Yeah, that's what I had. I didn't have the original Game Boy. I had the Color.
Yeah, I had a Color, but I only had like Tarzan. Like I had the
Tarzan was a good game.
It sucked.
But, well, I don't know about the Game Boy one. I had it for the N64. So
yeah,
the Game Boy one.
No, the Game Boy Color one was bad. I had Tarzan.
The Tarzan N64 game fucks though. Just heads up, if you ever want to play a good Disney game, Tarzan for the N64, real good fucking game.
I hear if you want to play a good Disney game, you should be picking up Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
You know.
Wow.
That's what I've heard.
What a turn on that bit, Flurple.
Yeah, you know, Kingdom Hearts got brought up tonight on the recording of Disney Plus Us. Also, we talked about should Honey We Shrunk Ourselves be part of the Kingdom Hearts universe?
Wow, what a...
And I said yes, full stop, fuck yeah.
I'm just still surprised that Flurple... That was a compliment to Kingdom Hearts that he just... Are you okay?
I mean, I was, sometimes I feel I should be nicer to you, Aaron, and the things you enjoy.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
If only he had that same sentiment towards me,
just because I don't like something doesn't mean I should take away your enjoyment of that thing.
I think Flurple's getting fucking sick or something.
Yeah, this is...
yeah.
Are you dying?
I'm getting sick with emotions
and friendship
that I care about my friends and I want them to be happy.
How much fucking LSD did you take before we recorded tonight?
Guys, I am fucked up. I'm sorry. I am so fucked up right now.
I mean, if you getting fucked up involves you complimenting Kingdom Hearts, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll supply it to you.
Compliment Immersive Sims
that gets you on my side.
I'll send you some.
Okay, listen, Immersive Sims I will never compliment because that is...
It's just a video game.
I don't even understand
it's just a video game.
Like, yeah, it's just a video game.
Wow.
Like the genre,
I mean, explain it to me. Convince me that an immersive sim is not just a video game. Just not a different word for the phrase video game.
Because it's immersing you in the simulation.
Every game does that. Or should do that.
No, it doesn't. No, I disagree. Not every game should do that even.
Okay, well then, even to that point, what I'm saying is like, that's basically a blanket statement from like 90% of games. It definitely includes all adventure and RPG games.
False.
What adventure game
Kingdom
or
Hearts,
RPG
not
game?
An immersive sim.
What'd you?
It is 100% meant to immerse you in that story. What are you talking about?
But it's not, like fucking. It's not an immersive sim.
But you can't just say.
You can't just say the word
as the definition. What game are we disputing? Is or is it not?
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts is just a video game.
Exactly.
But like immersive.
It's a role-playing video game.
which is an immersive, like
you don't think it's meant to immerse you in that world?
Immerse
you in the simulation of that world as the definition was defined, like.
But if you look up
a minute ago,
we've been through this. I went to Wikipedia and I've looked up the definition. Am I about to do it again?
Yeah, do it again.
I mean, I'll pull my fucking phone out and do it again.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Don't make me channel my inner high school teacher here as well and be like, Wikipedia,
video game,
like just because stuff's on Wikipedia doesn't make it right. Like,
an immersive sim is a video game genre that emphasizes player choice. Its core defining trait is the use of simulated systems that respond to a variety of player actions, which, combined with a comparatively broad array of player abilities, allow the game to support varied and creative solutions to problems, as well as emergent gameplay beyond what has explicitly been designed by the developer. This definition is not to be confused with game systems which allow player choice in a confined sense, or systems which allow players to easily escape consequences of their choices. By definition, immersive sims allow
Minecraft.
multiple approaches and typically incorporate elements of multiple genres, including RPGs, stealth, FPS games, platform games, and survival horror. Although they typically have smaller worlds than open-world games, they typically generally allow for open-ended gameplay, allowing the player to progress in any order and pursue side missions along any main story missions.
So any open-world game, then, is an immersive sim?
No.
I just don't.
I don't get it. Then.
I sort of get it. I just don't get.
I just don't get the definition.
I just don't get where the line.
It's like games
is
like Deus Ex, System Shock, Thief, BioShock, things like that.
Didn't it specifically say that it isn't in a constrained system? I would argue that most of those games work in a constrained system. They give you player choice, but it still is within a constrained system.
Well, all of it will be to an extent, I think, because it's a game.
The definition literally said not in a constrained system.
I think it said in a less confined. Let me find where it said that.
I just think it's an unnecessary classification around video games.
I just don't understand where the line is drawn.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's a blurry line. It is a blurry line. I can close my browser now.
You're an idiot.
It is a blurred line, but I get it. I get that you guys won't accept it. I'll accept that you won't accept it.
I mean, it doesn't sound like you do, except that we don't accept it.
It hurts me that you don't accept it, but I'll accept it.
Why does us not getting a genre hurt you?
Because I want your acceptance.
But I do accept you. I don't accept the genre, but I accept you.
If that's what you want, bud, I'm sorry. Ugh.
Ugh, he says.
Ouch.
God damn it.
Fuck, dude.
Jesus Christ.
I appreciate you. I don't know about this whole acceptance thing, though.
Yeah, I wanted to use the word accept again, is why I said I wanted your acceptance, really. But because we said accept excessively. We were excessively accepting.
Well, do you want my acceptance or my appreciation? What's more important to you?
You only get one,
I would accept
apparently.
either.
Except when he's
I'm gonna
accepting
appreciate
it.
you. Okay, listen, boys. This bit is going on for far too long.
It's a bit excessive.
Except when it's not.
Sure.
Yeah.
No? All right. That's fun.
How do I leave Scoot Gang?
I won't accept it.
Oh no.
I'm out.
Oh,
I'm out.
No.
He left. Oh God.
Left.
No.
Wow, this is just devolving so quickly, and there's a lot of visual gags here that again I'm going to apologize for.
Oh, I went a little behind the chair there.
How can we honestly do a podcast set in Animal Crossing and not have visual gags?
And you're right. And I just didn't really think it through.
Oh shit! Watch this shit.
When I talked about our audio podcast being an Animal Crossing, I guess I just didn't really think it through. Oh shit! Now stuff's getting fucking. Oh my god! All right. Well, you guys are just gonna have to go to YouTube if you want to be in on these.
Yeah,
See what the fuck is happening right now.
Experience, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, you know how those disclaimers pop up when like you play a mobile game that says for the full experience, please insert your headphones. Yeah. Well, for the full experience, please watch this on YouTube. You know. Fucking, we're open, baby. We're business.
Yeah.
And just
That's
like
the best part of the set.
Give us a lot of thumbs downs.
Yeah.
If you hated the visual gags,
please.
Yeah.
But if you loved them, do the opposite.
Give us those thumbs up. Yeah. I like that. Giving them a little incentive, like they've made it this far. You know.
We're gonna have one vote, and it's gonna be from Loki Mike, and it's gonna be down because he listens to this on audio.
Yep.
That's what's gonna happen.
That is absolutely gonna happen.
I mean, hey, statistics are statistics, whether they're good or bad. That's how that works, right?
I don't think that's how that works, no. I think what you were looking for is user engagement, whether it's bad or good or bad.
Yeah.
But statistics...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, sort of.
Not so much.
It almost made it. It almost got there.
I tried.
Yeah, it almost got there just like the definition of an immersive sim.
Jesus Christ.
You know, it was almost there.
I don't know if we need to keep retreading this.
It's just too broad for me. It's too broad of a definition for me.
I just don't want to keep harping on Evan. You know, he doesn't deserve it.
Thank you.
Listen, give me 20 minutes. I will revoke that statement. Because I'm sure Evan's going to say something stupid. But right now, he doesn't deserve it.
Fair. That's fine. Evan, tell us about some weird thing you do that'll annoy Aaron,
so
please.
that I'm on his side.
I mean, I don't think there's any other weird things I do that you guys don't already know about, you know?
Yeah, we pretty...
Probably true.
This podcast brings a lot out in all of us. To just, like, bare our soul.
Yeah.
You know? I think it's just
I watched the movie
we're
Twister
all sassy.
yesterday.
We're all very sassy.
I really liked that movie, and it hit home because I lived in Kansas for a while.
What movie?
You know? Twister. The 1996 blockbuster classic Twister.
That is not how I would describe that movie at all.
I was gonna make a.
It's about a group of storm chasers who chase tornadoes.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was gonna be about a family.
What is it near the?
No.
Sure, Aaron.
Okay.
At the end of that movie, Evan, don't they end up like tying themselves to like some outdoor like piping with their belts to survive a twister going right over them or something?
Keep it from pulling them off the thing. They do. They sure do, and they live through every single terrifying, crazy special effects moment of it. They could see up through the center of the tornado, man. They were just flying up in the air, and they were looking up. The
crazy thing is like how they get the camera in there, you know?
I know, dude. How the fuck did they ever get a camera inside? And the fact that it was so stable while they were shooting
and just
that?
like the ability to like be like on point to find these tornadoes and film around the tornado, because like tornado doesn't take stage direction, you know?
Right, exactly.
So I just think that's really impressive.
There was a lot of safety coordination going on during the making of that movie, you know? And that poor cow. That poor cow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the cow. Do you think the cow was like a reference back to Wizard of Oz?
Yes, I do. And the fact that there was several Wizard of Oz nods. Their weather machine was called Dorothy. It had a picture of Dorothy from Wizard of Oz on it. Yeah.
Do you think they exist in the same universe? Like cinematic universe?
Maybe.
I think that
the Wicked Witch of the West is who caused the tornadoes.
Wow, that feels like a stretch even for me. That feels like it, because obviously in Wizard of Oz, she does not cause any tornadoes. So this is a brand new power to the Wicked Witch of the West if she does she can make tornadoes.
Well, maybe her true power wasn't revealed in the first movie because they didn't want you to know she was coming
they're
back
probably
for a
setting it
second
up
round.
for like a trilogy.
Exactly.
You know?
Okay.
And they didn't want to like give away all of her powers too early because.
So Wizard of Oz, Twister is the sequel to Wizard of Oz?
No.
No, it's just in the same cinematic universe.
So The Great and Powerful Oz came out with James Franco. Is that a prequel, or is that the original? Is that one, and then Wizard of Oz is number 2, and then
that's kind of like Solo is to Star Wars. It's a side story. It's a Wizard of Oz story.
So we're still waiting on the sequel to Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good that it keeps like getting rehashed.
Where does Wicked fall in this?
I don't know what that is.
Wicked is the Wizard of Wicked is about the Wicked Witch of the West and the like all of
same
them.
Thing, side story.
But it's a Broadway musical, and it's not the same story. It's like it's about like it's got those characters, and it's in that story, but it's a
that's not even. That's not even.
Do you think it's like a remake?
No, it's a prequel. It's before. Okay. It's set before Wizard of Oz.
Okay, well then that's not.
Well, then it's a
prequel.
You know.
Okay, I'm just like I listen.
What about Wizards of Waverly Place?
Shut up.
Where is
shut
that?
Up.
No, that's included. These are all in the wonderful world of
Harry Potter.
The magical
the
world
Harry
of Harry
Potter
Potter.
universe.
These movies are actually all in the Harry Potter universe. Twister.
I'd love to figure out where
all of it.
These fit in the timeline of Harry Potter, right? Because first we've got early.
These are prequels. These are
all prequels. Are they before or after?
Yeah, it's a little known fact that that Voldemort
one.
No, well, it's I don't know. It's sort of even. I'd say even before that is when
before the Fantastic
Wizard
Beasts.
of Oz and stuff took place.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
But what people don't know is that one of Voldemort's his biggest idols that he looked up to the most was the Wicked Witch of the West.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the thematic, ties, especially because as we all know,
and Philip Seymour Hoffman in Twister is Voldemort's cousin.
Okay. Well, I mean, as we all know, Voldemort terrified of water. Purely because of his connection.
They don't really touch on it much in the film, but if you read the books, they talk about his fear of water constantly.
Yeah.
It's a fear that runs in the family, which is why his cousin moved to Kansas to chase storms, because no water in Kansas.
That's true. There is no water in Kansas.
He specifically stayed away from Minnesota because they have 20,000 lakes or something.
Yeah. Kansas, that's where Voldemort has a summer home. His cousin lives there. He has roots there.
Mm-hmm.
He has roots there.
You know what that sounds like to
also,
me?
low key,
you know what that sounds like to me?
Oh shit!
The
end of a podcast. I have to stop this right now. All right, it's gone on too long. Well, if you like what you're listening to, go ahead and comment, rate, subscribe, do all the things you could do on all the platforms you listen to this on. Give us a like on YouTube if you enjoy our Animal Crossing bit that's been going on this whole time. What if I release this as an audio podcast and it's just this is a bit that we've been doing this entire time? Is that?
Oh my god,
that's a little too
much. I think. Too much.
Absurdist humor for this podcast.
Yeah.
There is a previous episode of RPG and Chill out that came out last Friday, as well as the spoiler cast that for Final Fantasy VII Remake that we brought up earlier in the podcast. This came out. A new episode of Disney Plus Us tomorrow, right?
Cool. Yep. And Indie Spotlight in just a couple days.
Spotlight in a couple days. So go follow us on Twitter for all of those news updates and stuff like that, as well as join us on Discord. Links are all in the description. My Switch code is in the description if you want to send me stuff for the set. Then I'll put up the ones that I think are awesome. We could put up art and stuff like that. It'd be all cool. So stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, and go ahead and play Animal Crossing.
And watch Twister.
Watch Twister. Everybody go watch Twister. The start of the world universe of Harry Potter cinematic universe.